It was 13 minutes into the race and everyone was looking out because there was one man who kept attacking. I'd waited a couple of times, but no one else had actually closed the gap, so I found myself closing yet another attack. He was strong, absolutely strong, just flying off the front multiple times, and I felt good. I knew that if I didn't close, he could well escape. With the course this small, once the escapees get round the corner, you don't see them, it's goodbye. But what would happen next? Did I burn all my matches? Stay tuned and find out. This episode of the Velographer is brought to you by Tough Rings, a proud West Aussie brand whose rings I enjoy wearing. They are stylish, flexible, don't scratch my handlebars, non-toxic, fireproof, antibacterial, and super comfortable. Grab one for yourself or a pair for you and your partner at toughrings.com.au. Also, stay tuned to see how you could win a $50 voucher for your own set of Tough Rings in this very episode. It is actually pretty cool today. Woke up, it was about 13 degrees, took the dogs out for a walk, and I had to wear a jumper. Headed off to Bibra Lake right now. It's a race day. Well, I guess what can I say about race day? A few things. Learning from past mistakes. Racing Cat 3 again, that's C grade. Whoops. Turn that music off. Where are my keys? Racing Cat 3 again, and hopefully this time I'll be more competitive. No more getting dropped. Hopefully the grading gets sorted out, so you don't have people who shouldn't be in the same grade. What you want is fair racing, and when I say fair, it's all about racing people who are supposed to be in your category. There's no point racing people who are stronger than you, who should be a grade up. It's like taking part in a car race, and people rock up with crazy overpowered cars that would definitely destroy the competition. So, yep. That aside, I think a few things I've taken away from previous races would basically be to stay in the drops, lower my cadence a little bit, and also what else? Lower my cadence a little bit, and not eat too much wind. I've noticed that in previous races I've just been at the front way too much, wasting my energy, and so hopefully today, as I give you guys the footage, we'd be able to see me racing a lot smarter. Race smarter, not harder. Everything else really will be up. I guess it's up in the air until we're actually racing. I'm gonna try to keep my heart rate low a little bit, and sorry, I'm just waffling on here because I am excited. I guess a little bit nervous. Don't really know what to expect of the race. I know the course is nice and short, a short course with that's not super technical as well. So if you're watching this and you're in Perth, WA, and you're looking for racing that is fun, racing that is safe, because everyone wants to go home, you don't have crazy dive bombing and stuff like that, well, usually no, then the West Coast Masters Cycling Council race calendar might be for you. The race license per year is right around about $200 for the entire year, and it makes racing as cheap as, for members,
numbers, I think around $30 per race on average. They are trying to bring down the price of racing so that more people can be included, but that really depends on numbers because of the traffic management that's involved. Of course, when they go up to Splendid Park in Yanchep, traffic management isn't an issue because it is a closed circuit made for cycling, but for all the other courses like today, the one at Bibra Lake, it would be traffic management costs do kick in, and they are very real. They increase the price because you got to pay for ambos on site, you got to pay for lollipop men standing at the corners managing traffic, and it's not that easy to hold a race. So kudos to race organizers, different clubs around Perth that do it. But if you're looking for masters racing, which means 30 years old and above, so it has to be, you have to be 30 already. You can't say, oh, I'm turning 30 this year, but my birthday is like months away, to take part. If you want to try it out, they do not have free race licenses, and here's why. Is because free race try before you buy kind of thing is quite difficult to actually have due to insurance. So for every person that comes, whether it's a member or a first-time rider or someone who's just bought a day license, it's about $25 straight out. Forget traffic management costs, forget paying anything else. $25 goes straight to insurance coverage. And what that means is this: if 10 people rock up, that's $250 out of the club, West Coast Masters, that they have to pay up front. Imagine if you're organizing it. I could imagine myself organizing it, really, and I go like, damn, 10 people rock up, all fine and dandy, but if everyone's racing for free, I wouldn't be able to cover costs. In fact, I'll be losing money. And what we want is for these clubs to be able to survive and not be losing money, because if they lose money, they won't be able to operate, and we'll have zero racing. Zero racing means everyone is worse off. So come try. You'll have to pay for the race, but experience it, and if you find it really good, then jump on, get a membership. Once you get membership, the race fees are like halved, and you'll be able to actually race at a discounted price. Insurance and everything's covered. So alright, I've got about 5 kilometers to go, and I will leave. I'll see you guys at the race site. Ciao. It is 7:30. Just walking up to the tent. I've got my $5 for the transponder hire. I have registered. I haven't got my race membership yet, but I have signed up for the license. Just waiting for that to come through. And once it's through, then it's all fun and games, I suppose. People out on the course already. It is cool, but also very sunny. Ooh! Hey Mike, how are you?
Hey Nat, how you doing?
Good.
Oh, good to see you. Good to
Good to see you, bro.
Just trying out a new bike here.
Oh, very nice. Is it yours?
It's Alvin's.
Oh, yeah.
Big Mac. Yeah, a bit small for me.
Oh, you got a bit wet over here.
Yeah.
Is it wet out there?
Yeah, it's the same sprinklers that were on last time, so
it'll dry up soon.
yeah, it'll be fine. Are you in
Cool
C grade again?
Yeah, still C grade. I'm trying to get something out of C grade before I graduate, I guess. Yeah.
Good luck. I think there's a lot of the guys from KCRCC racing in C
Oh,
grade.
jeez.
So I think it's like 5 or 6 of them. So
holy cow.
hold on to their wheels. Fine.
Yeah, that's it. Cool. Good to see you, man.
Take it easy. See ya.
Bye. Nice to see a whole lot of people here. KCRCC Crew. Hey. How are you guys, man?
All good, all
big,
good.
big crew, big
Yeah,
crew,
yeah.
big crew. They've got a big team. These are the guys to hang on to. All right, cheers. I'll see you guys out there, man.
Have a good race.
Good luck, man.
Gonna pin my numbers on. Lucky 116 today. Morning. All right. Got my kit on. Got my number. Hopefully nicely pinned on at the back. Morning. And yeah, I've got my cycle descenders on today. It's a proper Cat 3 lens, and I've chosen this because it is a Cat 3 lens. It is really sunny today, and yeah, I want to make sure that my eyes are nice and protected. Well, I'm gonna roll off to the start line, turn the computer on. Fantastic. Go. Let's get all the sensors connected, shall we? Okay. Time for a quick warm-up. Quick warm-up lap. All the guys over there. As usual, this is a very short crit. Ooh, that guy's going fast. Just gonna warm up my legs, and I'll see you guys at the start line. Ciao for now. If you're still watching the video, congratulations. This is your chance to win one of two $50 vouchers simply by joining the conversation below in the comment section. Don't have to put any secret password or anything like that. Just join the comments and start the conversation. Let's chat, let's have fun, let's grow this community, and you could win a $50 voucher. Cheers and all the best. Now, back to the video. Welcome back to another video. This is going to be a long one, so I hope you've got some popcorn, drink, whatever it is, water, coffee. We kick off, and some housekeeping as we begin. Starting the bottom left, that's my RPM. In the middle, we've got my heart rate and power. On the bottom right, that's the speed in kilometers per hour. Moving over to the top right is the dynamic map, which shows you the street, and it turns and moves as I move. Top middle tells you how many kilometers has been covered, and on the top left, that is the map. I am the yellow dot that's moving around. Alright, so a quick introduction to today's race. Lots and lots of people. I think there were at least 30 or maybe even more in the whole peloton. And I started out here pretty much mid-pack in this race. And the plan at the beginning was to sit at the back and just draft. Conserve my energy, last till the end, and then go for the sprint. Now, one thing to note, if you look at the top left of the map, this is the back end, and here there's a slight tailwind because the wind would be basically coming from south to north, so it's a southerly, which is a bit strange. Instead of a headwind coming into the finishing straight like before, it was more like a crosswind coming from the left. So every time we finished the finish coming up the straight, basically, it would be a left turn into a headwind. And then once we got past the headwind, the next left turn was pretty cruisy and pretty quick. It could have been a little bit of a cross headwind. I can't exactly remember. It's a couple of days now. It's Tuesday, and this was a couple of days ago on Sunday morning, 9th of March. Today's the 11th of March as I'm recording this. The composition of today's peloton was pretty big, and big shout out to the boys of KCRCC. Guys,
I am so glad you guys came into race, because when teams like yours come into race, it makes the racing more fun. You get more tactics to come in. I mean, I must admit, it is very annoying. It is annoying for solo riders like myself and others who've come in without teammates, because with a team you can play tactics. As you can see, number 113 here. Now, he is part of the KCRCC group, I believe. And he would have teammates, another KCRCC guy on the right of the screen. And so they came in numbers. I think they had 5 or 6 in this race. And I was expecting them to be doing basically what teams do. Sending someone out, forcing people to chase, and then basically wear them out, tire them out, fast train it, and maybe even take the win. But then again, it is C grade. In C grade and D grade, tactics don't matter as much as strength. Now, I don't know about racing in other countries. Well, Cat 3 and Cat 4 races is basically who's got the most powerful legs. If you've got good legs, you can pretty much win. Anyways, here the attacks already start, and you can see pushing lots of watts just to keep up with the rest of the group. It was a pretty hectic start here. Down that back straight, doing high 40s, and you can see everyone is just absolutely strung out. Heart rate's still alright in check, and as we go around the corner, people are basically pushing once again. This last corner over here is a little bit tricky, but not too bad. The corners are still wide and sweeping enough for you to take it at very, very high speed. So once again, the plan was to sit back and just relax, enjoy most of the race until the end. I felt good, and today I've driven in instead of riding in for a warm-up. I mean, if you got work, if you got commitments, that's all you can do, right? Do the best you can do to show up for a race. And so I was still feeling a little bit cold. I was hoping that the warming up of this warming up with a couple of laps would help me basically warm up my muscles, and I'll be absolutely fine. We got Neil over here in this black skin suit and red helmet. He'd just come back from time off the bike, and it was his first race, so welcome back. He would do pretty well in this race. $121 right here in the middle of the screen moving up. That's Alan, also of KCRCC. One of the things, Alan, I'm going to call you out here because, mate, you should be wearing a KCRCC kit if you're riding together with them. It can get pretty annoying when teams don't wear the same uniforms, and so you can't really tell who's doing what, if an attack is launched, whether you should cover it or not. But that's just Cat 3 racing for you at this moment, and really nothing I can do about it. I decided to sit on Alan's wheel because I know that Alan is a very strong time trialist, triathlete at heart, and also loving his racing. He's doing pretty well, and he loves those long seated efforts. Very strong into the wind and very reliable. Can sit on his wheel all day and get really good cover. I think on hindsight, that's what I should have done, really, instead of panicking and chasing. One of the things that I realize I need to really improve on, and I say this, I think I've said this multiple times, I need to stop having a fear of missing out. In racing, FOMO means when someone attacks, before looking around, you just go. And excuses they may be, but an excuse is an excuse. My excuse is that because I'm riding solo, I don't have teammates to cover, and if I don't have teammates to cover, then if I don't jump on it, I'm gonna get dropped. And the idea of getting dropped really scares me. Like, I think no one loves to get dropped, but I think my fears are on the extreme end where I go like, oh, I really don't want to get a drop. It's still early into the race, just very early into the race. Barely 5 kilometers as we are about to go around this corner. I'm sitting behind this guy in a Velofit and struggling to hold the wheel at this point. Struggling because, I don't know, I just felt I didn't want to push too hard and that I would get back on. And yes, I did get back on. Riding with a whole lot of different riders, especially when this C grade race was stacked and pretty big. You just got to be able to find a wheel that is reliable, and I was having trouble finding a wheel that wouldn't just keep going forward, surging, and then easing up, surging, easing up, because that's really annoying. Now, there were a couple of guys behind me I knew who were pretty strong. I haven't seen them up at the front yet, and we shall see what happens next. KCRCC starts moving up on the inside. On the outside there, you can see the front starts to go off a little bit, and SPR decides to move up. We've got Liam at the front there, and even though it's his first race, it was pretty impressive. He was going up, making moves, forcing the pace. Putting the power down around the corner once again, and this was into the headwind. If you notice, into the headwind, the power goes up, the speed goes down. There's a guy in front in the Pedalare kit with the flowery pants over there. That guy was pretty strong as well, and I would sit on his wheel for a little bit later on. So early in the race, and I was just keeping track of my heart rate, keeping track of where everyone was and where I was. And there on the top right, you can see Nathan Dyke makes an escape. The guys on the right that go past after are in A grade, chasing down Nathan in the blue kit and a giant bike. He basically goes off the front and pretty much disappears around the corner. I'm sitting there going, okay, he's attacked. No one has really gone yet. I think it's still under control, I guess. But people are starting to look around and going like, who's that guy he just attacked? Is he dangerous? Now, Nathan hasn't joined in the racing yet, and I think it's his first race of this year. No one really knew. He was an unknown quantity. I was talking to someone, I was like, mate, is anyone going to reel him in? And they're like, oh, I don't know, because we're still early in the race. The problem is Nathan is a pretty strong rider, and I believe we'll see him in B grade at the next race. But there, no one was actually pulling. And the only lady of the peloton, right here in the dome kit, shout out to you. Shout out to you. I believe your name is Michelle, but let me just check. Yes, Michelle McLintock. So she was the only woman in this race. It's mixed racing, and I want to give great kudos to her because she finished the race. She did so well, and if there's one thing I need to learn from her is to not panic. So Michelle, having watched you, I'm really gonna learn more from you. You race really well, and I've got full respect. Finishing with the whole group, so good. And so Nathan is still up at the front, and there has been no chase organized. In fact, the group isn't even really pushing. We're hovering around high 30s, and no one has actually gone up the road to try to catch Nathan, who has now literally really disappeared. Now, for someone to actually go out that fast and that far, you know that he would be a threat. The only saving grace that we had as a peloton was that, well, we still had time on our hands. And right there I was talking to Liam saying that, oh well, no one's chasing Nathan. I don't see anyone going up the front. I think at the on the right I see a guy called Max, and I decide, you know what, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try chase this down. Let's go get Nathan. There's a guy, KCRCC guy, who goes up to the front. He attacks, and I decide to follow. But as we go around the corner, he slows down, and I end up at the front. I decided to stick to the front because I was like, well, I'd rather go into a corner and choose my own line rather than stick behind someone and get a bad line. In the end, I almost overcooked that line, which was kind of, yeah. I saw Nathan at the front, and I started to go, all right, what do I do now? Do I chase him down? I'm feeling good, but mate, that my heart rate's really gone up pretty high. It's only 8.7, 8.8, 9Ks in, and usually this race would reach about 30 kilometers. Nathan's at the front, he just went around the corner. I'm still hovering at around 38, 39 Ks an hour, and as we go around the corner, I'm going like, man, my heart rate's like 186, 187. I'm cooked. I flicked my elbow, and I'm waiting for someone to come round. And there we go. The chase is back on. We've got Dan, who works down at Careen Crossroads Bike Shop, I believe. If I get it wrong, I'm so sorry, mate. But Dan and I think it's Liam at the front rock up, and I go, okay, these are wheels I can sit on. And the chase to bring Nathan Dyke begins. But with my heart rate so high already, I'm feeling a little bit cooked. A few things that you should not do before a race is go hard before a race. And unfortunately on Saturday I went for a ride and I went hard, like really, really hard. I had my second best time from the Narrows to Applecross into a headwind without anyone else. So it was a solo ride into a headwind from Narrows to Applecross, and I think that cooked me a little bit. My heart rate, I couldn't manage to keep it down as low as I wanted to. And Michelle is right up there again. Really good to see. I sit on the SPR guy's wheel. I see Dan on the left. I go like, okay, not too bad. I can rest up a little bit, and we could probably reel Nathan in. Nathan can't possibly be going at 40 plus Ks an hour non-stop, right? I mean, it's Cat 3. Another attack is launched, and I take the bait. A few of us go, and I'm crunching down on the pedals. They ease up really quick because why? Nathan is caught. Nathan is caught, and everyone is starting to ease up. Liam there on the right. This rider here, I don't know his name, but I love the stripy purple and black socks. Dan goes up to the front. SPR man comes here, and I shout to Nathan, Nate, jump in, because he's a great guy to grab. He's tall and lanky. I think he's like 186 or something, or maybe 190, but he is a tall man. Michelle over there on the right doing really well, and riding a very, very beautiful Flanders bike. Don't see those bikes really often. The boys pull off again, and I start to push hard down on the pedals. I'm sitting at about fourth wheel and thinking, well, I think I'm a little bit too far up front, but then again, I don't want to lose too many places. If there's one thing that I've learned from watching this race again so far, is that I should really not panic, and I could probably sit back at mid-pack somewhere and still survive. I mean, at the end of the day, most of the Cat 3 and Cat 4 races end up in a whole bunch sprint. Unless, of course, there are sandbaggers and the breakaway really goes up far and no one is able to catch them. But not knowing who's really racing or in the race, it is a gamble. And as my good mate Nick Tan told me, well, it is always a gamble. You can let the brake go and hope to chase it down, or you can go in the brake and blow up, and then basically is the end of your race. Michelle moves up to third wheel over there, and I thought, wow, that's a very bold move, interesting choice. Moving up at about 1/3 through the race. I'm still sitting happily at 162 beats per minute. If you notice on the left hand side, my cadence, I've lowered my cadence a bit. It's more comfortable. I'm still trying to experiment with my cadence. If you watch my earlier races, my cadence was really high. And the reason why I've gone down is so that when I need to put the power down to close the gap or to attack, I'm in the right gear. I am not sure whether this is causing me to fatigue too quickly or not, having such a low cadence. So if you are a coach, or if you've raced extensively, or you know this kind of thing, just comment below and let me know what you think about my lower cadence. Alan moves up on the right, and it's a dangerous move. It's a dangerous move because he is a strong guy. And if he's moving out on the right and starting to pull, you know that things are going to speed up. He's basically going to try to do a long attack. You can see the whole KCRCC train right behind him. SPR jumps on as well. And here we go. The pace does indeed pick up from 39 to 42, 43 thereabouts. As we go around the corner, Alan starts to drift back a little bit. He's not much of a sprinter, but when he goes, and if he goes long, he's an excellent time trialist. I sit on Alan's wheel, and right now I'm not really sure if I did the right thing because I see everyone going past me. Whether he did that and let his teammates go up front or not, I am not sure, but I felt like I was in the wrong position right now. Stuck at the back, I had to start to make my way up once more. And so I moved over here and slowly started to make my way back to the front of the peloton. It's pretty much soft pedaling, carried by the whole peloton, being sucked into the front, and basically just drafting and moving. Nathan would be somewhere, and I was sure he would try to put another attack in again. But that guy's strong. That guy actually surprised me a lot because I haven't ridden with him. I just know that he rides. And the thing about people who are big and tall is this: they are naturally very strong on the flats. I can't really say for hills or not, but I know on the flats. The thing is that when you're bigger, you basically have a lot more power. And so for smaller guys like myself, standing at just 172 and about 68, 69 kilos, matching someone on the flats is quite difficult, especially for a small person, unless you're highly trained, got a really good CDA, and yeah, then you can go really fast. The race was starting to lull a little bit. As you can see, we're on the back straight, tailwind's going, and I see Liam and I jump on his wheel. The peloton's fanned out a little bit, is no longer stretched out, but it wouldn't be like that for long because the speed would pick up once again as we go down the finishing straight. Once again, this is the Bibra Lake course for the West Coast Masters Cycling Council. It is a very short course. The one lap is just under 1 kilometer. So we're looking at 900 plus meters. And there's someone off the front. I managed to hold myself back and not chase. No one's chasing here. And I think pretty much everyone pretty much thought, okay, the guy up at the front is not a threat. We'll be able to reel him in as a peloton. into the headwind, it was not easy, and it would not be easy trying to escape into the headwind. But once you're down the tail straight, the back end is the place to really launch an attack, because you got the wind with you, and when you got the wind with you, and if you put down the watts, you can really fly. Sitting behind the Velofit rider, and everyone's taking a drink. I take a sip myself from my bidon, and we move on. My heart rate is still 170, so about a tempo pace, which is alright, manageable. I start to feel fatigue when my heart rate's around about 185. I try not to get my heart rate into the 185 range too often, because that way I can pretty much burn out really quick. From 185 up to 190, so well, here I felt good, and I was like, go, let's catch the guy in front. So I started a chase, because the guy who was out front literally went around the corner. It was another Nathan Dyke like attack, and no one was going to chase. I was going to have it. I did not want to end up in a race where we finish and the guy at the front escape. And so into the headwind. There's something about headwinds which is really interesting. There are some people who say, headwind, good, I love it. But for me, I really hate it. I struggle in headwinds, put it that way. I'm not sure why, but I just do. Maybe it's because I'm a little bit too weak. I flick my elbow and wait for the next guy to come through. I can't see the guy at the front. Put the power down again, but another attack is launched. But I was told that that's actually A grade, so that's fine. And that's A graders again. The A grade boys are quick as, eh? Dan comes up on the right, and thanks Dan for shouting out, letting me know it was A grade. But still, there was someone at the front. The boys go, and I start to make the chase. And it's right about here, at this mark here, I'm finding it hard to close the gap because my left quad starts to twitch. It's twitching a little bit, and I'm trying to soft pedal, not put down too many watts, just to see if it'll loosen up. Michelle goes, and I go like, oh, holy cow, what an effort to try to close the gap, and I quickly jump onto her wheel. My leg is twitching and it hurts, but it feels like it's going to be loosening up. I'm back on the wheel, haven't been dropped yet, so I'm quite thankful. The pain and the twitching is starting to cause my heart rate to go up, and this is something that's starting to worry me a little bit. But right here, as we're going, my legs seemed to be feeling a lot better, so I wasn't super worried at this point. As you can see, my heart rate started to go down, and I thought things were under control. What would happen next? Well, in crit racing, you never really know, hey? People attack off the front, you just try to close the gap, bridge. But I think race tactics are really important, and perhaps the next race at QDL, I will force myself to stay proper mid-pack, or follow a wheel I know is reliable. So for example, like Michelle, if you're racing again at QDL, I'm gonna follow your wheel because you're racing super smart. Look at how she's closing down gaps, and also not overreaching. She sort of stayed at the front bit most of the time. She didn't drift all the way to the back, and so when she needed to be at the front, she could actually get to the front. Obviously, she's also pretty strong, because trying to reach her, and so you can see she's just pumping down on the pedals. I'm doing like 400 watts, 400 or 500 watts extended just to keep up. So kudos to you, Michelle. That's really awesome. I understand that you've actually just started to come back to racing as well. And so it's really good to see you racing. Welcome back to racing. And right here, she's peeled off. Dan is in front. Dan is pretty strong. I don't have the legs. Leg is twitching. Michelle sees that and closes the gap. Thank you, Michelle. I jump back onto a wheel. And the guy who made the escape at the front is finally caught. The guy at the front looks back and he goes like, oh, I'm caught. And he starts to go wide. He slows down a little bit. So the guy who escaped was caught, yep. And looking at this video, I think I'm not the only one with FOMO. And perhaps, knowing that I'm not as strong as others, I should let other people do the chasing and try to survive by staying in the draft instead of being out at the front eating wind, wasting energy and trying to close gaps. So okay, we've just made a pretty hard effort. Kudos to Liam there, who closed it down, closed the attacker down. There was no break, no more break. Everyone's caught, everyone's reeled in. And just when I thought things would be nice and calm, when my leg was starting to feel really good, well, who else is gonna make an attack? Wanna guess? You don't have to wait for very long and he'll come around the corner. But things are starting to basically chill a little bit here, and I am very, very thankful. Heart rate's going down, cadence nice and low, 60 plus, 70 plus. So far so good. Liam pulls off. Michelle goes to the front. I sit on Dan's wheel. This is into the headwind. You can see our speed slows down dramatically. I'm starting to feel alright. I go like, well, not too bad. I think my leg is recovered. That's really good. It stopped twitching. I just got to hang in here for another 10-15 minutes or so, and it'll be 2 laps to go. And then Nathan Dyke goes. I go like, holy cow, it's him again. We're 2/3 into the race, 10Ks to go. I'm gonna chase him, and sure enough, I get onto his wheel, but at what expense? It took a lot of power, a lot of energy to actually get onto his wheel. And for some reason, I couldn't find the spot behind him to get a good draft. As try as I may, I could not get a good draft. And here Nathan is just powering down past the start finish line to get to the next corner. And my heart rate's going out like 185. And my leg is starting to twitch around this corner. It was fine putting down the power. When I put the power down, alright, yep. My legs seemed to be alright, but the moment I lifted my leg up, my left leg up, when cornering, it started to twitch, and it was really weird, like twitching uncontrollably, like sporadically, spasmodically. And here it started to twitch again. And I was like, oh no, I hope it doesn't give up. I hope it doesn't give up. Nathan looks back, realizes that I'm stuck on him, and that there are a few guys behind me as well. I basically dragged the whole peloton back to him, and Dan is up on the left, sitting on my wheel. He's a strong man. Built for crits really, Dan. And so I start to sit on his wheel. But my leg is twitching, my thigh, my left quad. It was all about survival now. All about survival. Nathan gives up his spot. I sit on Dan's wheel. Dan's looking around to see if anyone's going to basically take the front. Nope, he's up at the front. And then more people come up. I start to see Alan once more, and I go like, geez, if Alan's up here at the front again, he's going to be making it painful. going around the corner and pushing on the pedals. Alan hits the front and really starts to kick. The whole KCRCC crew are there, and I'm just stuck behind these two guys who start going, and I'm going like, oh no, my legs are really starting to give up. The pain is starting to seriously set in, and I'm actually wondering right now if my leg will last. But hey, you got to give it a good go. Dan swings off. He says, no, it's not worth chasing. The whole team goes, and I'm wondering here, the reason why I'm chasing is because if the whole team goes and they start rolling turns, that would be pretty dangerous. And if they're going to be rolling turns, I want to be there. I would want to be there, but the gap here is pretty big. And in terms of team tactics, this was actually pretty interesting. I did not really understand why the whole team wanted to be chasing each other. Unless it was Alan going up and then the other guys just basically sitting back and going like, nope, not gonna do it. I feel good, and I try to chase Alan down. My leg is in pain. Starting to twitch. If I could show you a video of my twitching quad, it'd be quite interesting. I try to put the power down again, but I can't sustain the power. My legs are starting to go, and this is where it starts to cramp up, and I can't put power down. It just hurts. I try again, but no, it's hurting. I try to go through, but I tell myself I don't want to hurt myself. If I put down the power, it still hurts. If my muscle's not loosening up, no, I've got to stop. And so unfortunately, very, very shortly after this, I'm going to be pulling out. Very, very disappointed, but can't do much at all. I've got to try to figure out why I'm cramping so badly, actually. And this is where I still try to give it a go, but nope, it's not working for me. And when you see everyone go off like that, it is painful. It is sad. It is painful, because you know that your race is gone. You know that the race is gone. I watch as the peloton peels off away. There's Max, a few other guys. You can see how many people are racing. That's a huge group for Cat 3, and that's really, really good. If you watch this video so far and go like, yeah, I would love to race, then jump onto the West Coast Masters Cycling Council website, get a AVCC membership, and start racing with the West Coast Masters. I peel off over here. It's the end of my race. I'm feeling a little bit disappointed, but you know what? I will live to race another day, and I will live to race smarter as well, instead of eating wind so much, going to the front, closing down gaps. Maybe if I had a team, we might probably do that. But no, I didn't have a team. Riding solo, and yeah, basically just gotta race smart. Find a good wheel, race smart. I turn off into the middle, and yep, that's it. I have cramped up after that. Cramped my left quad. Not great. Not great at all. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Yo,
What's up?
I cramped.
Oh, sucks.
How do you uncramp quads?
Bounce the bike and sit down for a bit. You right?
I can't get off the bike. Guys, do a proper warm-up. Bit disappointing. Bit disappointing.
Might walk up to the finish, hobble up to the finish line, and see who takes the win. Good Dan here. Hey Dan.
Hey mate.
How's your race today, mate?
Oh, felt really good, and then
Your saddle.
I changed saddle.
When did you change it?
Like 2 days ago. I was supposed to have a ride, like a rookie.
Yep.
Decided to ride it on the day, and that paid the price.
Race referees. How many laps to go, guys? For C grade.
For C grade, there'll probably be 2 to go this time.
2 to go.
Well, we've got to see where A grade is, because we don't want them to get mixed up.
So that's how you guys decide.
Yeah.
So based off A grade coming in, and if it's too close, then you get the guys to go one more round.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
cool.
Otherwise, it gets a bit hairy.
Hectic, yeah.
Dangerous.
Good stuff. Thanks for keeping things safe, by the way.
In fact, dangerous.
Yeah. Thanks for keeping things safe.
No worries, mate.
Let's see who we got. This is A grade, Unicorn at the front, and KCRCC with Alan there. Neil's in second. 2 to go, 2 to go. Peloton has shrunk a little bit, just a little bit. They've got 2 laps to go. Bell lap. Alan's still at the front, he's an absolute machine. So there's KCRC pulling at the front. It'll be very interesting to see the finale. The finale will be in less than 3 minutes for sure. Final lap is usually really hot, and I say KCRCC has a good chance at this. They've been working all day well together, going to the front, stalling, forcing people without teams to pull back. SPR was playing it very safe today, but KCRCC have the numbers, and because of numbers usually trump everything else.
A grade and C grade came to the line at the same time, and Nathan Dyke right at the front, the one in blue over there on the far right, finished first, followed by this guy in black and the VeloFit guy, and then a cow.
That sounded a lot like a moan. The guy in the black skin suit got it. Not sure who that one is. Could be Neil. Let's wait and see. So, C grade basically stayed together. The whole bunch. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have clawed back all those attacks. Comment below. Yeah, let me know how my race went. I'd love to know, especially for you guys who are way more experienced than I. It'd be good to hone my racecraft. Absolutely. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Sorry, no podium, no celebration, no joy. Well, I had the joy of riding my bike today, but you guys know what I mean. For those of you who are watching, you enjoy my content, would love it for you to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. And yeah, Kev.
Good, man.
Kevin, how are you, my brother?
I'm good at yourself.
Not too bad. My cramp has eased off now.
Feeling better?
Yeah, feeling better.
Were you racing?
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Did you jump off?
I jumped off 5 minutes before the end of the race because I cramped up.
But you got the training. That's what matters.
All right, all the best for your race today.
Thanks, man.
Stay upright. Stay strong.
Cheers, man.
Good luck. Liam, mate, did you get the win?
No. Maybe
fourth.
4, yeah.
Nice, good stuff. Good
How are you?
stuff.
How'd you go?
I cramped up 5 minutes before.
Oh, no.
You know, after that, I bridged to cover the attack.
Yeah.
My leg was my quad was twitching, and then it cramped up. Yeah, so
It was pretty fast.
it was spicy. Yeah, it was.
I haven't,
stuff.
yeah, like I said to you, I haven't done it in a long time, so it was nice to get in and have a go, and everyone was riding
Very
really
nice.
well, so Yeah.
Would you recommend people coming to race West Coast?
100%, yeah.
It's
And you
good,
can
eh?
do it without a membership, so
Exactly.
pay you $50 and come down and have a go.
That's it. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Thanks,
Welcome
man.
back to racing, man. Really proud of you today.
Yeah,
Finished
thank
up.
Good job. You're riding home?
No, I drove.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've got to ride back up to
I
the
think
city,
that's
so-
why I cramped up.
Yeah.
I didn't have the warm up.
Ride down next time to Kita. I'll
Yeah,
ride
sure.
over. Yeah.
All right, I'll see you next race.
See you, man. Nice to meet you.
Cheers.
Catch
Bye. Have a lovely day.
Yeah, good job on all the vids too, man.
Oh.
They're good. It's nice seeing a glimpse of
Oh, cheers.
like a slice of Perth. I'm in Belmont. I didn't even know there was a Belmont cycling.
I know.
So.
The way they've named themselves, I thought they were supported by the city of Belmont.
Yeah. They just claimed it. So
I know.
yeah, no, it's cool, man.
Neil.
All right, on you.
Cheers.
Well done.
Bye. Hey,
how's it going?
how was your race, man?
you
stopped.
Oh,
Yeah, I cramped up. Yeah. I kept closing, covering all the attacks from you guys.
Yeah.
And then my legs started twitching, and after the twitching became like a solid cramp. So you guys did well. Anyone got a podium today?
Probably, I don't know. Haven't checked the podium.
How did Ellen go? Ellen was pulling the last lap.
That from behind goes.
Good racing, guys. Good to see you guys here at West Coast Masters, man. Good stuff. Gonna continue racing.
Your video inspires us.
Oh, really? Alright, keep racing, man. I hope to see KCRCC take out the podium next, okay? 1, 2, 3. Oi, Alan. Strong pull, bro.
Nothing at all. Just very, very.
The last 3 laps.
No,
I was watching. I was like, oh damn.
no, nothing at all.
The triathlete in you pulling everyone.
No, just a newbie. Just trying to get stronger. That's it, really.
How'd you finish up on the bell lap?
I think okay. Yeah, I'm not a very good sprinter, so yeah, just happy to finish and safely. I think that's important.
That's cool. All right, cool, man.
Thank you.
Cheers.
No worries. Thanks. All good. Thanks. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you too, man. Cheers. Hey, Max. How'd you finish?
Good, I finished up the front.
You finished up the front first.
No,
Podium.
not first. Gave it a good red up go though. Got caught out though. Caught out by the last lap. I was in the wrong place, wrong position. Too far deep.
Too far deep. I cramped up 5 minutes before the end, so 30 plus minutes in. I was like,
Had heaps left. Even
Sorry?
in the sprint, I had heaps left in the sprint.
Yep.
But the guy's too much of a gap to make it. Ain't gonna make the gap, so
So positioning.
at least it should come in the top 10. It should be in the top 10 somewhere.
Cool. Good stuff, Max. Cheers.
It's not bad. It's top 5, D grade, top 10, and
Nice. Good work.
Gotta be happy with that.
And that's pretty much today's race.